Hello, my name is Avery Walton, and welcome to my podcast, A Every Day. You may find that the subject matter of this podcast is inappropriate, offensive, and not suitable for work or office spaces. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. With that, thank you for coming, and please enjoy my show. You have been warned. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Every Day, where we talk about the real, the raw, and the regular everyday confessions of a bad bitch in training. And I am your favorite resident bad bitch host, Avery. What's up, y'all? How you doing today? So today's episode, we're going to be talking about love, because right now when I'm filming this episode, I don't know when I post it, if it still will be this month, but right now when I'm filming this episode, it is Love Month. It is also Black History Month. It's the shortest month of the year, unfortunately, but it is February. Now, let me tell you something. Personally, I love love, and I love Black people. And what better month to combine all of that in other than February, Black History Month, the second month of the year. We just got off of, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And now we get another month full of Black people, full of just pure, unadulterous niggatry. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so blessed to be Black. What's that song? Oh God, I don't remember, but thank God I'm Black, cause I can say nigga. Thank God I'm Black, cause I can say nigga, yeah. Cause not everybody has that ability, and yet I do, and for God, and that I am so grateful to God, okay, cause not everybody can say that, but guess what? I can. Not everybody can be looked at and people are like, oh yeah, she's Black, but you know what? I can. Amen. Anyways, I love love, and I just want to know, and I'm seeing it a lot on Twitter too. Where are the lovers at? Where are the real yearners? There is nobody, it's probably a joke you've seen on Twitter before, but there's so many tweets that have been out there of where are the people who stand outside windows holding up flowers, holding up a radio box, blasting some long ago forgotten breakup song and saying I want my baby back. You never see that anymore. There's no man out here who is willing to put his trench coat on a puddle just so you can walk over him in your Louboutin shoes. Where are the real lovers and yearners at? Okay, Romeo killed himself all because he thought Juliet was dead. He said, I know I've only known you for maybe a week and 6 days, but I'm finna kill myself if you're not in this world with me. And Juliet, in that response, also said, you know what? I'm also going to kill myself. Because dang it, Romeo, we were supposed to go together. We were supposed to be together, okay? But nobody told you the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, where are the real lovers? I'm talking about some Sleepless in Seattle. She realizes that that's not the love of her life when she hears this man talking about how much he loved his wife and everything that he would do for her. I miss that. I really do miss that in my life. Right now, I don't know if anybody else has seen the TikToks, but I've been seeing the TikToks of love on the spectrum, and that is the most purest form of love. And I don't know if it's I hope this isn't bad to say, but I just feel like their kind of love, the love that we're seeing on that show, is so uncomplicated. It's so simple and straight to the point, because honestly, in my opinion, love is simple, straight to the point. I think it's complex depending on the nature of your relationship, or the nature of the history behind your relationship. But the way that they explore love, and the way that they accept people, and the way that they invite people in their life, it's just so uncomplicated. And it's so, I know what I want to go for, and I'm going to, and that's what I'm going to look for every time. And even in that, I wish more people were like that. Situationships and the talking phase would not be a thing today if more people were just okay, I know what I want and I want to go for them. That's really what I think, why aren't relationships working out nowadays? I have a theory, and the men may think I'm wrong for this theory. The women might agree, but the men may think I'm wrong for this theory. But essentially, I feel that relationships, depending on who it is, but relationships are very male-centered. And what I mean by male-centered is not obviously there's a male in a relationship. And my definition of male-centered is that the male often makes the decisions in the relationship. So often, women have their own autonomy. We can sometimes even manipulate a man into making a decision that we actually made for him. And it's great. But oftentimes, that doesn't always work if that man doesn't want you. Okay? So stay with me here. If you could be, and I've had, this is a realization that I had to come to when I got my little old feelings hurt, but you could be the best girlfriend in the world, the absolute worst girlfriend in the world. You could be his prayer warrior, his church sister. You could be his best slut, his best eater. You could be buying him, paying his bills, buying him 2K, getting him a PS5. You could be doing all of that. If that man does not want you, he's not going to cuff you. If he does not want you, he is not going to cuff you. Y'all let yourselves, not even y'all, because sometimes I have also been in situations where you'll be told one thing by a man and you'll be like, okay, I'm on that same page as you, and you'll communicate in the whole 9 yards, and then all of a sudden when it gets to the point where it's hey, you're starting to treat me like we're in a relationship or something, then it's oh, actually, I never wanted a relationship with you. And the with you part was silent. I wanted a relationship, but it's the with you. I don't want a relationship with you. So quite frankly, it does not matter what you can do. Ladies, live your life until that man actually cuffs you. Ladies, man, whoever listens to my podcast, live your life until that person actually cuffs you, because it does not matter what you do unless they actually want you. They will not cuff you. So sometimes it's not even a matter of how much we manipulate them or how much we're doing exactly what they want to do, or we're on their exact timeline that they told us they needed to be on. If they don't want you, they just won't cuff you. And I really just feel that's that's part of the reason why relationships aren't working out nowadays. I also kind of believe that relationships aren't working out nowadays is because people don't have consideration for each other. In my previous episode, I said that it's important to have sex with somebody who's being considerate of you. I also feel it's important to date somebody who's being considerate of you. If you like flowers, you should be with somebody who wants to get you flowers, who gets you flowers. It's not a matter of if they think, oh, flowers die and the flowers you have to replace them all the time and flowers are not particularly useful. It's not a matter of that. It's what you want in the relationship. If you like flowers, you deserve to be with somebody who's going to get you flowers, because what's important is what matters to you. It's not always about what their belief is. On the contrary to that, because I can already see some people who would have that thought process, that does not apply to somebody saying, oh, well, I'm a sexual person. I need to have sex all the time. And if I'm not with a partner who's willing to give it up and give it ready, because that's what's important to me, that's not what matters. Let me slow your roll there. In that situation, that is about consent. Okay? If you're that horny, I hope you have invested in a Jackomatic 3000 2.9 with extra bubbling system and ability to spit it back out at you. That is for consent, and people should not ever be forced into a situation where they are essentially experiencing sexual abuse for supposed love, or and men especially. I hate when men are oh, my love language is physical touch, so I need you to give me head every time we have sex in order for me to feel connected and loved by you. That is not what that means, and I want y'all to go to hell for that. Thank you. Have a nice day. But most of all, like I said in the beginning, I just, this all really ties into being considerate to somebody really ties into being a real lover, a real yearner, because what is the highest form of love, if not consideration for a person. If you're not thinking of how can I help this person, maybe this is because I really am an acts of service girly. All my independent, hardworking bitches, stand up, who are afraid to ask for help, because if somebody else does it, they're gonna do it wrong, and so therefore you're gonna have to go back behind them and do it yourself. Stand up, mi gente. Yeah, I'm there with you. But maybe it's because I'm an acts of service girly, but like, being able to have a consideration for somebody and say, here, let me help you, here, how I can help make your life better, here's how I can give you something that's going to make you happy for today. I can't think of somebody showing me love like that, other than just making that kind of thing happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, obviously we are SINGLE as hell and loving it, quite frankly. The only thing I miss is just the feeling of, soft dick on your back when you're laying in bed after you just got folded into 3 geometric shapes. Like, I miss that, but like, most of the time, being single is a lot of fun. I take myself wherever I want. I gotta worry about a nigga not texting me back. Like, I get to record a podcast and talk my shit, like, without worrying about nobody. Like, nobody's gonna be like, oh, why aren't you texting back? Like, because I'm doing me, nigga. Like, what do you mean? So, it has its pros and cons, but very single. But like, for my birthday this year, past year, I was in Costa Rica, and I tweeted, and I didn't think any of my friends had even noticed it. Nobody even liked it, so these bitches really, really got me. But I had tweeted, like, I just want one of those glitter sparkly cakes, like, and the color green. Like, I was just like, I want one of those glitter sparkly cakes. That's all I want for my birthday. And I completely forgot that I tweeted about it. I was just like, what? I put it in the wind and left it there. Tell me why, when we get to Costa Rica, they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to have to, like, step out for a couple hours, and then we'll come back. And I was just like, okay, like, and I'm not sure why, but okay, fine. Come to find out that for my actual birthday, they got me a cake. They went all around the world in Costa Rica to find me a baker to get a cake that was green and sparkly and says 20 what does it say, 20 whore, because I turned 24, and I'll put a picture right here. But that, like, I couldn't cry at the time because I think I have my contacts in, and I can't really cry if I have my contacts in, but like, that to me was like, oh my god, I have friends that love me, the friends that consider me, that they consider what I want for my birthday. They went above and beyond to find a way to get me what I wanted for my birthday and to be able to celebrate me the way I want to be celebrated. And I was like, these people love me. These people love me. And I hope that everybody out there also has an opportunity to experience love like that, because that to me was so just, I don't even know the words for it. I don't even want to go on another tangent for it, but like, if my bitches are listening to this, I love y'all so much. Y'all give me so much joy. And the fact that you consulted my best friend at home because she wasn't able to make it, and asked her like what kind of cake I would like, because she knows how much I love cake, like that shit is like, oh, I don't even want to make myself cry just thinking of it. Like, that to me was like the highest form of consideration. This that I'm still thinking about it, and I'm still so grateful. But those are the types of things that you have to consider in a relationship in order to be able to build a long-standing, a lasting, a loving foundation. Your relationship should be rooted in love and consideration, and just thinking about what your partner would want, and hopefully your partner is also thinking about you. Quite frankly, and I told y'all this is a crude podcast, but quite frankly, this is why I say I don't give head to niggas that don't eat my pussy. Ding dong. Like, if you, and I know this is like a very like basic form of consideration, but so many men out there are really like just kind of focused on their pleasure, and they think that the only way that we can derive pleasure as women is like 2 seconds of sucking on your nipples, maybe a minute and a half of hitting a weird ticklish spot on your neck, and then like barely touching your clit and barely like just like tapping on the hole saying hello, but not really like entering and taking your shoes off, you know what I'm saying? Like that all of a sudden is the pleasure that we get, and then we're ready to go. Like, and then the penetration is like the pleasure. What do you mean? Like, you don't need your pussy ate. That is the like my penetration is the pleasure for you, so you should be good. But no, if I can get down on my knees and get my shit twisted left, right, and sideways, you certainly can get on your knees and fold me like a pretzel and blubber to the cows come home. Like, I'm really confused. So that is just one form of consideration. Ladies, if you're not getting your pussy ate, and let me stop right here and say, I have never met a woman who has said that she does not like getting her pussy ate until she meets a real eater. And then is like, oh my goodness, I may actually like head. It has happened to me, confirmed twice, that women who have said, oh, I really don't like getting my pussy ate, or oh, I really don't, it's not really that interesting for me. And then they meet a real eater, and it's like, whoa, I can see clear. Like, that, it's like that one scene in Grey's Anatomy where Dr. Han is like, for so long they were green blobs, and then I put on glasses and they were trees. Having sex with Callie made her see the trees clearly for the first time. So I hope that y'all are out there being able to see trees when you fucking with somebody. Don't let them like leave you on green blob territory. I promise you, it's not a fun place to be. Let me continue. So one thing I want to know is, like, even though I am a real lover girl, I'm a real down-to-earth bitch, I honestly would never get a nigga's name tatted on me unless we're married and, like, 3 kids in. He's never cheated on me before then, or at least I haven't found out about it, because if I did find out about it, it'd be, like, instant divorce and instant trip to the clinic. But if I was, I know that when I'm in love, like, I want to do anything for that person. Oh, you're sick? Let me go get you some Theraflu. Let me go get you some noodles and wrap you in a blanket, and then we can cuddle all day. I'm what is it? Sabrina Elba, when Idris Elba got COVID, and she was sat right there next to him, completely unmasked. She said, I'm in this with my man. That is me. Also real shit. But I know that, like, that kind of love definitely is reserved for certain people, and it's only opened when, like, somebody inspires it, or when it feels safe and comfortable to come out. So in that, I like this Machiavelli. I hope y'all know Machiavelli on TikTok, but she did this one TikTok that was like, I only like one person a year. So by the time I like that one person for the year, for the next 8 months, it's a wrap for everybody. It's a wrap for everybody, and that is so true. So I have to tell y'all this story. This one time, it was like, or not even one time. This was the year before last, right? Yeah, the year before, so 2022. And God, I can't believe 2022 has been like 2 years ago now. Oh my goodness. Ugh. If you graduated in 2022, make some noise. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyways, so in 2020, that's sorry, that was really, really corny. I'm so sorry. In 2022, I was talking to this boy who I met at my friend's like event. And because I'm not trying to put too much details, I don't know, I feel like I should. Well, fuck it. I met him at my friend's field day event, and I hope to have her on here for an episode to talk about that, because she has kind of she has her own podcast at Beehive Avenue. She is my girl. Hey, what's up, T-Day? I hope you're listening to this. But she's my girl, and I have a little bit of this story on there, or like I'm talking about him on there, but it's more so like, oh, here's where we stand kind of thing. But I hope to do like a continuation of that episode with her on this podcast. Anyways, but I was talking to him, and like, oh my goodness, y'all. To me, he was really perfect. Like, I'm not going to get too much in the story, because I do want to save that for that episode with her. But to me, he really was perfect. He was God-fearing. He was so smart. Like, when I took him on museum dates, or he took me on museum dates, he was the type of person to actually, like, stop and read the portraits and go through them, not just like rush through them. Like, I really appreciate somebody who's able to like slow down and then like have little bits of flirting here and there, and like he would take pictures for me or I would take pictures. It was just really nice. Like, overall, like, it was a great time, and like sex was good. Sex was really good. But again, like I said, my heart is not somewhere that lives in my pussy. So like, for the sex to be good and then for him to be a great person outside of it, like, it really, really was so wonderful. But the only problem is that as single as I was supposed to be and as single as he was supposed to be, it was just like, he was just treating me like too good. Like, I was just like, damn, I'm getting dates, I'm getting dick, I'm getting drove into the airport. Like, I'm like, damn, why wouldn't I like you? Like, why would I not want to lock in with you? And I was supposed to be like, I was like talking to other people and going on dates at that time, but I was like, y'all are really not putting in the work at all. I mean, I'm talking about this man. I told him one time I wanted to go kayaking, and this goes into the consideration thing. Like, somebody who considers you is somebody who listens to you. I told him I wanted to go kayaking before the end of the summer because I hadn't been in years, and it's so fun to me. Kayaking is really fun. I love doing white people shit, but like, kayaking really, really is fun, and it's super easy, honestly. And he like told me just impromptu come like sleep over, and then like he didn't tell me the plans for the next day. He was just like, yeah, just like, I hope you're like ready. And I was just like, yeah, ready for what? And he took me kayaking, and that was like, and we spent like a couple hours out on like the river. I'm pretty sure it's the Potomac River. I'm not totally sure. Please don't ask me topography, people. Like, I'm not. I was on a river. That's all I know, and there were boats on it. But he took me, and it was like in Virginia somewhere. And that, to me, I was just like, bro, like, why would I not like you? Why would I not want to lock in with somebody who's going to do something like that? Like, that is not. That is not something that somebody does. To me personally, that is not something that somebody does if you don't like them. You know what I mean? And so I will tell y'all what we ended on that episode of the podcast. But because of that, and because I was like, everybody else on the roster right now is not doing what they're supposed to do, I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm done. I'm good off all y'all niggas. This is my man. And so, you know, come to find out, especially as soon as we were done, like, that was the end of my roster. And so even now, like, I still have not tried to actively entertain any man for like the last year. Like, I know that I said I've been having sex, but like, I mean, that's having sex. Like, I'm not here to date none of the niggas I'm having sex with, and they also know that. So it's just like, I'm not entertaining no niggas. If anybody asks me right now, like, oh, who's on your line? Not a single person. So it's just like, I really don't give a fuck about you niggas now. Like, that's the only problem, is that once I decide, like, I am good off niggas for the year, I'm good off niggas for the year. Like, and I really don't know what it is these days, but like, maybe y'all can tell me. I don't know if it really is because of the like Andrew Tates and the Dr. Umars, or the Alpha Bros or the Passport Bros. Like, I really don't know what it is, but there is really something in the water, and men are just becoming, really, any abusive people are just really becoming overly abusive. They are becoming like even more sinisterly abusive, and it really makes me sad, because there used to be moments in time where people wouldn't think of women or wouldn't think of other people so disturbingly when it comes to dating them specifically. Because don't get me wrong, because obviously women have been treated like shit, black people have been treated like shit, non-binary people have been treated like shit, trans people, LGBTQ, there's always a moment in history where you can point out some form of non-consideration for people and just nasty vitriol. But lately, especially like this one tweet that I keep seeing pop up on my timeline is of somebody saying, like, why do men always jump to sex? And somebody said, because we found out that the person who was paying for dates and flowers, who had to wait 6 months before getting a date, the person who was given flowers and roses and had to wait 6 months before getting some coochie was getting beat out by the guy who says "What's up, ma?" and has back rolled underneath his, or backwoods under his fingertips, was getting it in 2.5 days. And it's just like, to me, that's not really like a flex. I don't know which I would describe that as, but like, to me, like, congratulations, you found the definition of consent. Like, I did not want to have sex with the person who was giving me dates and flowers. I wanted to have sex with this person. Like, you can't stop that from happening. But most of all, like, you know, if you're only doing these actions in order to, like, I don't know, to get some coochie at the end of it, then, like, bro, just stop. Like, if that's, like, if you are really jealous of somebody who was able to get coochie easier and quicker than you, then maybe just start being that person. Just stop trying to act like you have to be nice and all buddy to have sex. If somebody wants to have sex with you, they will have sex with you. Like, that's the whole point of consent. Like, I want to have sex with you, you want to have sex with me, we're both saying yes right now. Like, that's not a bad thing. That's not you have to solve a riddle and 34 wood puzzles in order to be able to secure the bag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not necessarily like, yeah, it's not complicated in order to get somebody to have sex with you. So stop trying to act like there's a cheat code, or all of a sudden, like, somebody has unlocked something that you are just unable to figure out. Like, dude, maybe you just don't got it like that. I gotta know what to tell you. Maybe you're just not that guy. Congratulations. I'm sorry it had to be broken to you like this. But yeah, basically, that was my one man for the year. To, like, I have not talked to anybody else on my roster. Haven't entertained nobody else. Like, really, all men to me are right now is like dick and vibes. Like, a nigga could probably ask me on a date right now, and I'd probably be like trying to figure out ways to get, like, out of it. Like, it's just like, niggas are just not on the priority list right now. Like, I just feel like, quite frankly, because I know I want to hop in the gym, I really feel like I'm not gonna get niggas until, like, after I get to, like, my gym body done. Not necessarily like as a way of, like, attracting more niggas, just like you know, you feel good, you look good, so you attract good people. Hopefully you attract good people to you. And I really feel like that's the kind of path that I'm on. Like, that's really, like, that's just what keeps going in my head. Is like, when you get to that point of, like, really, really hitting your self-confidence, that's when niggas will, like, appeal to you again. But until then, I'm really just like, just let me be pretty in peace. I may not be BBL allegations, but at least I'm pretty in the face. And you know what? This face card, you can take it overseas. It still won't decline. What you can't say? Thank you. Anyways, let's move on. Really, in order for us to get the real yearners back, man, you gotta let go of that hate and that resentment for that girl who broke your heart in 3rd grade. You just gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And you got to, pick better women, okay? If you feel you can't open up to a woman because some other woman in your past started, you know, when you got into a fight, she said, and that's why your mama beat you or something like that, you know, it's better to find a better woman, because I bet you before then you already noticed that whenever she gets mad, she takes it too far, or she starts saying something. So quite frankly, that's on you, okay? Sorry. But also, like, it doesn't matter that you think flowers die, or it doesn't matter that you think asking somebody to be your Valentine is corny. If your girlfriend likes it, do it. I feel like that's not hard. And, you know, this is a little bit of a tangent, but I want to be so in love with a man that when he's proposing to me, I don't even realize that he's going to propose to me, because it seems like just one of his other, like, his regular, like, thoughtful shit that he's already, like, been doing for me. Like, those videos, I just saw a topic about this the other day. So, like, those videos on TikTok that were like, oh, is he proposing, or did he just make sure I go get my nails done? Is he proposing, or is he flying us to Paris? Is he proposing, or did he just call my dad on the phone for an hour long conversation? Like, like, I want my husband to be so, like, deeply entangled with, like, making me happy, or doing nice things for me, or giving me consideration, or being with my family. Like, I want him to be so involved in that like, by the time the ring comes around, I'm gonna be like, completely unexpected, just because, like, he's already been a thoughtful, considerate, a loving, romantic person for me for years. Like, Sierra's husband, because I know there ain't no way she is popping out as many babies as she is for him if she was not feeling all types of love and consideration and cared for. Like, I get it, girl. I probably would shut up and start popping out babies too if I was that loved and cared for. Straight up. Women, my sweet, beautiful angels, although you really, really do no wrong. You really do no wrong. I want us to stop giving so much consideration to niggas. I want us to stop giving so much consideration to niggas. If you already mentioned it to somebody the first time, what you like in a relationship or what you want, then you shouldn't have to mention it a second time, because the second time is begging. If you already told somebody how to change the behavior in the first time, and they are not children. Children need to be told multiple times what to be able to do, the right and wrong, because they're on zero mode when they come to this world. But if that is a grown ass man who has the ability to go make sure he has some backwoods from the gas station every night, and make sure his raggedy ass muffin can go on Xbox and join his group when they call him. Look at him scrambling to go get on the game right now. If he has the ability to do that, you shouldn't be able to tell him more than one time that this is what you need out of him. One time. Anything else than that, you're begging. It's like when Jennifer Lewis said, oh, I love trees. I love talking about them. I love doing this, that, and the third for them, yada, yada, yada. And it wasn't until her husband, at the time, when she said, hey, like, oh, there's that tree and it's so rare and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, it's just a tree. And that was the end for her. That was a divorce for her. That is what I need us to get on this year. And also to the few women out there who aren't sweet, precious baby angels, I need us to stop trying to make, like, broke working collar men into, like, our PayPal pigs, or our pay pigs, or whatever. Like, if that man works a regular 9 to 5, he is not making more than $70,000 a year at most, and you gotta hope that even then that he is in a very stable workforce, a very stable career, because quite frankly, even 70,000 is way too high for minimum wage people working in 9 to 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably maybe like at most 40,000 a year, 25,000 a year. Like, they're not making much out here nowadays. Now, if you want the Jada Waiter, you want the Ari, you want the Miami lifestyle, you want the bad bitch BBL lifestyle, like, then you gotta go look for the niggas who do that lifestyle, who are that lifestyle. You may not get cuffed, and you may have to be light-skinned or racially ambiguous. Depends on the day. But you will get spoiled. And that is what matters. So, if you want that lifestyle, go seek out that lifestyle. However, I wouldn't expect a relationship out of that. But and let me say this for the one record. That one girl, Emma, I don't know her boyfriend's name, but Emma is a black girl, and her white boyfriend, or I guess now fiance, since he proposed to her, and like they show out on every Valentine's, every Christmas, every year. I've always wanted to know what they do for work, because like they get money and trips out the wazoo. Like, I will never have a word of negativity against my girl. Like, I don't care that she's with a white man, because quite frankly, and we could wake this up on another episode when it's not Black History Month, but quite frankly, sometimes As a black woman, I understand why you would go for a white man, especially a white man who's non-fetishizing and who's treating you with all consideration, romanticism, and respect. Men, and this is not all men, and please don't get on my podcast underneath my comment saying it's all men, but the men who I have seen out here who purposely go after light-skinned, racially ambiguous, or any other race other than black women, their reasoning for always being with other race women, I don't know how to say that better, but other women of other races, that's fine, other women of other races, is usually in some way like having to do and reasoning with tearing down a black woman. I'm with white women because they argue less than black women. I'm with Latino women because they cook more for their men than black women. You know, the racial stereotypes and the micro the assumptions and the stereotypes, they go a long way in influencing their decision of being with women of other races. And most of all, if you are a dark-skinned woman, you understand that you are probably more masculinized than lighter-skinned women are, deeply rooted in colorism, but also just in general, just their treatment of dark-skinned women. That's why you don't see as many dark-skinned men with dark-skinned women. But again, when it's not Black History Month, I will wake this topic up, because trust and believe I could do a whole 45 minutes on that topic, with tweets, receipts, the whole 9 yards, but we'll talk about that another day. But just, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. We're gonna go to another topic now. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyways, so like I said, it is Black History Month. It is the best month of the year. Everybody on my timeline is very unapologetically black. I am rooting for everybody black in the first place. Like, it is, I'm so lucky and blessed to be black. I love being black, except for racism and microaggressions and being doubted in my ability to do many things, or people having an assumption of you all the time. And most of the time when I'm out in public, I'm either being perceived for being a sexy, hot young woman, or I'm perceived for being black. So it really is, you know, quite a conundrum to be black and beautiful in America, but it happens. But either way, I love Black History Month, and this year we have an extra day because we're in a leap year. Yeah, it may not be reparations, but we got one more year. Can you say amen? Amen. A motherfucking man. Yeah, big word to King. But I love black people. I love black people. I love black culture. I love everything about it. But I want black people to abolish the fucking Zeus network. I want the Zeus network to be thrown in an incinerator and destroyed. I really thought, like, I get why some people, you know, I feel like Bad Girls Club didn't get it as bad because they had white girls acting a fool, white girls and Hispanic girls acting a fool on there as well. And then we have Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, where it has everybody of every race on there, even the ones who want to claim they're black, just on there and going, you know, whatever. So those shows don't get it as bad because it's not just black people doing all that. It's just black predominantly, you know what I mean? But the Zeus network is just straight black people. It's just straight black people. There is no room for unambiguous. It may be you may have a paper bag test on that shit, but like it's straight black people. And like, I get it. Excuse me, like, when I see some of those episodes, or I saw that y'all was fighting in Focus at brunch, I understand why some people are like, that is when I want to use a hard ER. I get it, because quite frankly, like, that shit is so ratchet. Like, why are we glorifying a show where literally every episode, like, is a fight? Every episode is somebody cussing each other out. Y'all don't talk about nothing productive. And every time they say, oh, we're getting to the money, and then that one episode where they had to split $1,600 or $1,200 or something like that between themselves, like, what the fuck money are you getting to? Club promotion? Are you serious? And like, do they, I just have a serious question, like, for real, are y'all getting paid through the show as well? Like, is the show also paying y'all, or are you solely relying off of what you make in your promoter's check? Because if that's the case, please go seek better career options. Like, I felt so bad watching that audition, and girls was like, oh, I'm a registered nurse, or I'm a teacher, or I do this, or, you know, I own businesses, I have this business and that. And then you want to go on baddies. Let me just say it straight. Baddies. You want to go on baddies to promote your business. TikTok ain't work. You couldn't have developed a YouTube page. People love ASMR and DIY shots. They love, you know, those UGC creators. You can get into this shit so easily. I mean, here even I am just talking my shit on a podcast, not even for brand deals or anything like that, just because it's so simple to open up a camera and start talking. Like, why do you have to go towards baddies in order to be able to promote your business? I'm just not understanding it, babe. I do better. But, like, so in general, like, I just feel like those shows are just such a misrepresentation of black people. And if you find it entertaining, like, I get it, like, because even I have found it entertaining at times, especially like with Krishan and that shit. But it's just like, at a certain point, when do we say, like, enough is enough? And white people are laughing at us. It's one thing for black people to all be collectively laughing at black people, but it's another thing when you let white people get in on the joke and start having a commentary over it. Because now, fun's ruined. I'm not having a great time anymore. Now it just feels racist. Like, sometimes when y'all are on Twitter and y'all tweet, like, ugh, I hate you Negroes, like, and it gets, like, a bunch of retweets and all of that shit, white people are retweeting it and are not joking. Like, that's my problem. White people are not joking when they say that shit. That is the problem here. Ooh, I need to wrap this up. I've been talking to y'all about 45 minutes. But, you know, especially in Black History Month, I do want to just, you know, take an opportunity to talk about something that's really near and dear to me and dear to my heart. But I believe that Black history and injustice around the world are inextricably linked. And in that, I just want to take a few seconds to say, like, free Palestine, free Gaza. I definitely believe that Israel's committing genocide in Palestine, and I believe that the atrocities that Palestine has been experiencing for over 75 years since the original Nakaba in 1948 also is inextricably linked to the injustice and oppression that black people have experienced for years, since before Jim Crow all the way back to slavery and even before that. So I just want to also, I'm going to be linking some resources in the description below and in the comments for people to be able to donate, to be able to do your clips on Arab.org, and some also some links of Palestinian reporters for you all to follow and keep updated on, because nobody is free till we're all free. And from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free again in our lifetime, God willing. Anyways, y'all, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I really enjoyed talking with y'all. I feel like this was so much easier to talk today after we got, like, my first episode jitters out the way, and I was like obsessing over that video because I was like, oh god, I think I'm not talking enough, or I'm not feeling comfortable enough. But I feel like I really got my points out today, and I feel like I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. So once again, thank you so much for coming on to my show and watching my episode for today. If you like this video, please make sure you follow my Instagram and my TikTok at The Real Raw Regular, and hopefully my YouTube should be up by the time I post this at 8 every day. And yeah, I hope you had a great time coming. And most of all, I hope that you learned something from an everyday, real, raw, regular, bad bitch in training, me. See you soon, and I hope you come back.